EA Sports coverage of the National Football League takes us to Foxborough, Massachusetts, where the keeper of the light sounds the fog bell to signal that it is indeed time for football inside Gillette Stadium. Today we've got a Week 5 matchup in store here, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the New England Patriots. On the visiting sideline, their head coach. These guys have been perfect to this point, 4-0 to start the year. On the other side, it's Patriots head coach Mike Vrabel. His guys stuck in a bit of a losing streak right now, hoping the home fans can help them get out of this slump. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. So here come the Patriots now to take over on offense. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown pass.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
Looking to throw. May will swing this out to Henderson. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun on 3rd down is May. Gonna look deep for Wilson. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
You get a sense of what this game plan might be. They think they can take a few home run shots against this defense. They tried it there on the opening drive, but that ball's incomplete.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. On a return, it's high. Following the punt return here, there's someone shaken up. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. Looking to put a drive together. They'll run. This is George Helani. And he'll have the Dolphins first down as the tackle made at about the 38.
First down. A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Miami.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down.
Number 30.
Well, look there at his numbers on the ground a week ago. 2 trips to the end zone and well past 100 yards.
And going back and watching the film, we saw every kind of run from him, didn't we? We saw some power, we saw finesse, we saw speed, and what I love the most, he finished each and every run.
That's laid out deep for Rice. And he's got it inside the 10. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Rashee Rice, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Now the try here for the point after. And that makes it 7-0 Dolphins. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it winds up in 6 points for the Dolphins. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. New England's offense set to go. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you've got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. From the shotgun, it's May. He finds Douglas complete. So the completion results there in 9 yards. 3rd and 7 now. This defense for the Dolphins, they were very good a week ago in that win over Minnesota.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
Throwing here is May. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down.
Patriots, first down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Partner, they're locked in man coverage out left and end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
He finds his man, complete. That's Douglas. So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 46-yard line.
Play action, May. He completes that to Garrett Wilson. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Here's May. They set up the screen for Henderson. Oh, able to avoid him. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 23. That one goes for 24 yards.
That's another Patriots first down. 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
After 7-0, RDA Sports. Start of the second quarter from Foxborough. It's the homestanding Patriots with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Henderson now on 1st and 10. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 15-yard line.
They run once more with Henderson. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down. On play action, May. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete. The Dolphins do the job defensively there, and now it brings up 4th.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
And this one is right through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Third and 3. Here's McCarthy. Complete here. It's high. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And it'll be 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
Got the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Looking to put a drive together. And they go play action with May. He's got a man. It's his fullback.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. It's a bigger, stronger.
The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. The defense, they brought the house. That O-line, they were overwhelmed.
To put it mildly, because they didn't have enough bodies to block all the guys that came at them. Their best move, how they would have been better served, just turn around and yell, "Look out!" because here they come.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. To the air, May. And his throw is incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Here goes.
To throw, it's May. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage. But I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Short pass caught, and I think the ball's out. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And this is brought all the way back. A fumble recovery and taken to the house for a Miami touchdown. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score, and a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
We'll be singing in the shower postgame. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. The Patriots with the football here late in this first half. Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here, but with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I'm going to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there, but they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. They'll throw with May. Taking in left side, it's Wilson. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. First and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. The Patriots will take their third and final timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And pass complete. Here's Butte with it. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. And that one to the right side and incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. That's laid out deep for Rice. And incomplete on the deep ball. So halftime straight ahead. Let's get you down to the Sunshine State and Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thank you. The first month of the season has come and gone. Some early surprises, some early disappointments as well. Let's get into it. Our tour around the NFL starts now. We begin at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. The Rams at home to take on the Cardinals in the NFC West. And this is Aaron Rodgers. One of his 3 touchdown passes on the night. The Cardinals continue to have enough. They make it 5 straight wins to start the new year. From there, it's off to Tampa. Let's look in on the Buccaneers as they host the Baltimore Ravens. And this is the big man, Derrick Henry. He's going to get in from 6 yards out. Lastly, let's go to Atlanta. It's the Falcons taking on the Carolina Panthers. And it's the lefty, Michael Penix, 12 yards on the touchdown. This one's at halftime now, and it's the Falcons lead it by a touchdown at the half. With that, here's a look at the rest of the action from around the NFL here in Week 5, the first weekend of October. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been back and forth to this point. No reason to expect anything different in the second half, as we get you back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. Oh, good-looking return set up here. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. So now the Dolphins set to take over on offense. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10. Throwing is McCarthy. Short throw caught by Pitts. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 26 big yards on that one. It's another first down.
A gain of 26 yards. First down, Dolphins.
On the ground, DJ Giddens escapes the defender. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
And he's going to bowl his way into the end zone for the Dolphins score.
Touchdown.
DJ Giddens with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Point after try forthcoming. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-6. A drive there of just 4 plays. And the capper that put it in the end zone, a run of 8 yards. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So here are the Patriots now. They get ready for their first possession of half number 2. They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realize what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a 3-possession game.
And 8 at the 28-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 8. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, it's May. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked up by Diamador Lenore. And the Dolphins will take over here just shy of the 30. Boy, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
Miami set to take over. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
Here we go, set.
McCarthy off the play fake. Now he's going to step up and run. Gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. They'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Now McCarthy. Quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Perfect example of the kind of attitude you have to play defensive back in the NFL. You want to be the only defender around, and you want them to challenge you. And on that play, he came through.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. They'll let this go deep for Waddle. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jalen Waddle, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins take a 3-touchdown lead. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. He's got it, and the lead swells. It's 28-6. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it was finished off by a Jalen Waddle touchdown. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Now the Patriots offense, they work their way back out onto the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
So from the 37, here's 2nd and a yard. Caught, it's Wilson. And Bulldog, and now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half, and down 3 scores. A lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnaround if they want to try and win this one.
Miami's offense set and ready to go. Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. A beautiful fake. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 52 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries.
And having built that kind of a lead, they're able to do whatever they want right now. All momentum on their side, especially now running the football.
Yeah, you're talking about a defense being on their toes. They don't know what's going to hit them next at this point.
No, they went from toes to heels, and they're trying to figure out how to get back to the toes part.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. J.J. McCarthy. His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 9 on the season. And the Dolphins get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Now the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. It only took him 2 plays there to find the end zone. The last one, the long run, getting him in for 6 points. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. New England trying to get a place on offense. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
It's this complete to Butte. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
May going to give it to Henderson. And we'll get this one up to about the 39 here. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed first down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the first, you can get a little aggressive here on 2nd down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
7-yard gain. That's good for a Patriots.
Back to throw now on first down. The back foot throw there is incomplete. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Incomplete. It leads to
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. But we'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Foxborough. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. The 20. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16.
It's a gain of 30. That's another Patriots first down.
Up the middle, here's Henderson. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. His 3rd rushing touchdown of the year, his 5th overall. And the Patriots are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down now to 22. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Dolphins are going to recover. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all, and if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
A loss of 4 yards. It's 2nd down.
To the air with McCarthy. That's complete. It's Greg Dulcich.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on 3rd down. Looking to throw McCarthy. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job of limiting that and keeping them from the first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25.
Gain of 7. First down, Miami.
I think that that's a good example of why they've been successful this year. They're fearless on any down.
And it's interesting that this year I asked an NFL head coach about being fearless and going for it on 4th down, and he said, people have to understand, there's fearless and there's reckless. I try not to be reckless when I make a decision to go for it on 4th down. In this case, fearless wins.
2nd down and a little more than a yard here. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And the Dolphins are going to have a 1st and goal as he's inside the 10, down to the 7-yard line.
That's good for Dolphins. First down. First and goal at the 7-yard line.
They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. DJ Giddens with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Dolphins are well on their way to a 5-0 start as they extend their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now.
Patriots 13.
The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. New England's offense set to go. Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, their defense has really struggled. And now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Drake May, 75 yards. And the Patriots get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Extra point splits the uprights. And that'll cut the lead down now to 22. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. And the Dolphins are going to recover. The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them. And field position leads you to that type of play calling, whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep. Those types of things, now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. There go play action. Here's McCarthy. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Here comes 3rd and about a foot. Now they show jet sweep it instead, or run up the middle here. Down the sideline he goes. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. George Hilani, 36 yards. And the Dolphins have opened up a 4-touchdown lead here in the 4th. Extra point forthcoming. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And the last play, a really nice run that culminated in the touchdown. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. So the Patriots coming out now. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Second and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Looking to throw. May. And he's got his man in stride. Complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And the Patriots first down.
Caught by Wilson. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that'll make it second down.
Brings up second and 5.
Throwing here is May.
47-yard line.
Over the middle, complete. It's Douglas. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 41-yard line.
12 yards.
They'll look to throw again. He completes it to Henry. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off.